Hey everyone, welcome to another stream. My name is Tom Hanks, and today I'm going to be streaming some more Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. So you should be seeing the game in just a second. And okay, right. I decided to stream this again rather than anything else today because I just wanted to. It just felt like it. And yeah, so I would like to make some more money if possible. And the way we're doing this is we are going to the car salon and we're going to be tuning some more cars. The thing is, I want to be able to afford my own Pagani and then also tune it and keep it. And in order to afford not only buying it, but then also tuning it and still having a bunch of money left over afterwards, that requires a lot of money in the bank indeed. So I did buy the modern Dodge DLC as well as the Ford DLC, which I didn't have before. So here is like an SRT8, I think. There's a Jeep. There's a big Ford. I do want the Viper though. $424,716. Boy, that's gonna be... It's gonna be a lot of money. But we will buy this, we will tune it, and then also sell it. I can always buy another Viper later. So we are at $616,000 now before we buy this. Into the garage we go. And now we will be tuning this thing. Move the car to the lifter. I don't even know if tuning parts are available for this thing, but we'll see. Well, there will definitely be some tuning parts available, such as like the fuel rail, the exhausts, the exhaust manifolds, the pistons, unless they're custom pistons, I guess. I like the rims that are on it though, so I'm not gonna change those. So 616,000 is what we were at before. So yeah, we will just completely disassemble the engine. And then buy tuned parts and reassemble it with the tuned parts. There's the drive shaft. Okay, there goes the starter. Now we can remove the gearbox. We're gonna... I don't know if the tuned gearbox for this thing is actually available, but... V10A. Yeah! Holy fuck, that's $5,200. correct one though. Front exhaust section. Middle muffler and then rear muffler V10A. Do we have those available in the tune parts shop? Let's see. I kinda doubt it, but... Front exhaust section. W12. V8. I don't think we have it, no. We do have middle mufflers. Rear exhaust section. Oh, rear muffler, I guess. No, don't have that either. Okay, well. There's a Ford GT40 in this game, huh? Interesting. Oh, it's a different one. I don't think we have that. No. So we wasted some money on the wrong middle mufflers. I'm gonna fit that back on. The battery is in here, but the fuel pump is the same as on every other car. Okay, good. We're also gonna need fuel rails. Only sport tires on this? Oh, I mean, I guess it's okay. Oh, okay. Gotta remove the air filter. Do we at least have that? Yeah, we do. Oh, ignition wires, huh? So we're gonna need 2 of these. Okay. Okay, so we need the ignition coils and the ignition wires. Ignition coil. Ah, okay. And also the ignition wires. We do in fact have them. Also the exhaust manifold. Hey, hey, bold, lazy hazy. Is that how you say it? What's your favorite car? Do you mean in this game or in real life? Also, thanks for following. Ooh, those are actually giving a lot of extra power. In this game. Okay, so in this game, probably the Pagani Zonda Revoluzione, or is it the Zonda R that's in here? But anyway, that's my favorite car in this game. I just love Paganis. I have all the DLCs, so yeah, there's Paganis in this game. And the goal is actually to buy one. Maybe not today. It also depends on our luck and whether or not we're gonna find one after we're done with this thing, but... Oh my god, look at how many screws there are. You like the skylines? There are skylines in this game? Okay, so we need spark plugs for this. Oh, also, let's see if we have the intake manifold of this thing here. We do, in fact, have it. Oh, there are mods. Okay. We definitely need these things as well. What was I thinking of? The throttle. This has two throttles, actually. And this thing is gonna make a lot of power. Just judging by how much extra power these parts add. These tuned parts. Because that's, if you didn't know, that's an amazing money-making method in this game, is to just is to just buy a car, a new car from the car salon, then replacing the stock parts with tuned parts, and then reselling it, but don't drive it if you do that, because if you put any miles on it whatsoever, then the value of the car decreases drastically. But if you buy it new, just swap out the stock parts for tuned parts and then resell it immediately, you can make a lot of money. So yeah, we need pistons as well. Probably a camshaft as well, if I had to guess. So let's see. V10A. Here we go. That doesn't have a whole lot of power. I mean, sure, buying a new car in the car salon is expensive. You fixed a McLaren and sold it for 17 million. I mean, How much did he buy it for, though? And also, does the amount of money you make have anything to do with the fact that you choose to do these mods? Because, you know, I have all the DLCs available for this game, but I'm not using any mods because I'm like, you know, especially when it comes to these things, I feel like it's... The car was like 700k. Okay, so there should be no way that you should sell that for 17 million. Like, that's probably part of the mod, but I think that's sort of breaking the game by using the mod, isn't it? Because this isn't the way that this is supposed to work. Sure, if you can buy a car for 700k at the car salon, but then when you like restore it with new parts and like tune parts and whatnot, it's gonna sell for, let's say, 1 million. But 17 million? Okay, so we need an alternator and the power steering. The power steering pump is for inline 4B, huh? So this one. Yeah, no, it's kind of broken, but I more like the modded cars than the in-game cars. Okay. I mean, that's fair enough. Just realized that now that I bought all of these DLCs as well, the Ford, the whatever it's called, the modern Dodge, the Porsche. Now it with the fact that there's always only like 4 or 5 cars at the car salon, it's gonna be even rarer to actually find the Pagani in there if I want to buy one. There are no better push rods, are there? No, there aren't. Or rock arms, okay. Good. Just making... I thought there weren't, but just wanted to make sure, just in case. Alright. Wait, is this the... No, it's not. It's not the stock one. Okay. Now we can fit the ignition wires and the ignition coils cover. This engine just has like a quadrillion screws overall. Like every single piece has so many screws. Even the ignition coils have screws. Oh, also let's fit the spark plugs. Okay. So that's done now. Let's fit the engine head cover with 75 screws. Seriously, if you wanna get the in-game achievement of, you know, unscrew X amount of screws, you should You should exclusively work on Vipers on these engines, because they have like a quadrillion of them. Okay, but I think... yeah, we can put this back in. So remember, we were at 616,000 before we bought this car at the start of the stream. I'm gonna place this back. Gonna lift this thing up. And we bought it for $424,000, so quite a bit of money. Okay, here we go. How can this gigantic oil pan only be held on by 4 screws? So really, this would need to only sell for 450,000, roughly. Well, it would only need to sell for 450,000 if you want to make profit, is what I mean. But it'll sell for a lot more, look. 490. Wait, are we missing something? Don't think we are. Okay. But we will still be selling these parts as well. There's a lot of them, but I think... yep. Now we sell this. We made like 70 grand of profit on this one. Actually 50 grand, but that's still okay. I still have a bunch of cars in the garage that I need to... like the first 3 are... they're fully restored, the other ones aren't yet. Let's see. The heck are you? Castor Avalanche, huh? And another one of those. I want this. So it comes with a supercharged V8. Costs $273,000. Okay. We can do that. We're at 665,000 before we buy this. And let's see how much we will be at after we tune this thing. I'll also replace the tires on this one. But I do like the rims that it comes with. Those are nice. Alrighty. Let's get rid of the drive shaft. And the gearbox. We have these in the tuning shop. No, we don't. Okay, what else do you have? Catalytic converter, middle muffler, exhaust pipe, rear muffler. I think we got all of those in the tuning shop. Catalytic converter, exhaust pipe, middle muffler, rear muffler, V8. Okay, there we go. That alone is gonna give us a bunch of extra power, because remember, a catalytic converter was like 1.65% extra power, same as the middle muffler, but we got two of them. Then these rear mufflers are 3.5% power each. So, yeah, all of this adds up to a lot of extra power. Like, considering we're starting with a powerful engine, and we're adding this much power onto it with just the exhaust for now. Obviously, we're gonna do the same thing we did with the Viper and replace all the parts with tuned parts on the engine. No, it's the wrong one. I think that's it for now. Oh no, the rim, not the tires. It's gonna be on slick tires. 20-inch. Okay, that's fine. But they're gonna be wider than they are now. Only 235s. That's not enough. Especially when we're done with this engine. It's just not gonna be enough. So let us go ahead and buy some tires. And he says as he goes to the rims shop. Buy slicks. 20-inch. What do we go with? Like 275s? 305s. There we go. I mean, I could keep this car, but also, you know, I'm doing this for the money, so... Alright. Well, I wish there was a perk that would make your machines work faster, like the tire balancer in particular. What am I even supposed to level up? Sure. Then again... Okay, so now that we've done that, let's move this thing down. Also, I'm gonna replace the air filter real quick before I forget. Just be a regular air filter. So we need a throttle and a super... Do we even have a supercharger for this? Well, we're gonna need an alternator. Gonna need 4 camshafts. I need the engine head. Exhaust manifold, where are we? We have this. We don't have the fuel rails yet, I think. Let's see. Certainly a power steering pump for a V8. Certainly spark plugs. Not that. Okay, so we don't have a supercharger available for this. Throttle V8. And no turbo, okay. We should also buy this. Okay. Okay. So considering that this already made 584 horsepower stock, how much would it make tuned? Probably more like 900 horsepower, maybe even 1,000? Because we are increasing the horsepower amount by quite a significant amount of all these tuned parts. Yeah, I don't have a dyno yet in order to test these engines. Need a level of 30, I think. Good. Right, supercharger intake man. We don't have that here either, do we? No, we don't. Okay. There's just so many small things to add on these modern V8s here. Like this is one area where I prefer the old school V8s. There's like a timing chain and a timing cover, and that's basically it. But of course the push rods and the rocker arms on the old school V8s are a little more annoying than just, you know, having camshaft and then just putting the engine head on top, and or rather, you know, putting the head cover on top and spark plugs, ignition coils, and that's it. I haven't replaced the fuel filter yet, I just noticed. I will though. Okay. I think that's done. And install. And put the oil pan on. And then that's gonna be it. Fill it up with oil. Close the hood. How much are you worth now? 360,000. Okay. Right. Sell. And then also sell everything we have here. Just quite a lot. Okay. So we made another like $65,000 or so of profit. I think I want to do one of these restorations here. I think I want to do the RX-7 here. I don't think I've restored one yet. So let's see. And body tuning shop. RX-7. No? Okay. RX-7, RX-7, RX-7. There we go. Probably wouldn't want to sit in that rear bench. Being an adult of 6'1" height, but you know, it's got rear seats technically. So no one can really say it's impractical. Also, you may maybe know this, if you're still watching Bold Lazy Hazy. At what point do you unlock the ability to repair the frame of a car? Also level 30 with the level 3 garage upgrade with this here? Or do you need anything else? Is there no oil pan down here? I guess not. On the exhaust section. Catalytic converter. Metal muffler. Exhaust pipe. Rear muffler V8. Interesting setup. So front exhaust section. Rotary. Don't see it. Okay. Catalytic converter, exhaust pipe. Middle muffler, rear muffler V8. Fuel tank. Okay. It's 235/45 R17. I think we want these. 255s. Can go higher. 255, 35 are 18, sure, why not? Oh yeah, and then also we need rims to place on to put onto these. Rim RX-7 should be somewhere. No. The Mazda RX-7, okay. Don't like it that much though. I think I'd prefer these. Oh, one more to separate, huh? Okay. Okay, and after that we're gonna worry about the suspension first, I think. So we've got multi-link rear suspension. Okay, and then that's one side. Man, the faster screwing and unscrewing upgrade is so good. I have the 150% faster upgrade. So I think that's the last one. We have axle knuckle cover. Did we have that? I think we did. Actually, we had this for sure. We drive axle. Shock ups over A. 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of those. I think that's that. Why did I buy 2 of them? Also, I bought 2 rear sway bars for some reason. Certainly this is gonna have ABS. Good. And here we go. Okay. I think that's that. Wait, I haven't balanced one yet? Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, next up, front suspension. Okay, so here we have ventilated discs, we have Sweeper front end link A, front shock absorber A, suspension cross member B, lower suspension arm, no upper suspension arm. Okay, so front axle knuckle cover. Then a V's, then front shock absorber A, cab spring, front steering knuckle A, cross member B, sway bar, front wheel hub, I think that's... no, rubber bushings. How many? For the cross member, and then... only for the rear suspension arms, I think. Yeah. And then that's that. Also, I'm gonna... oh yeah, wheel hub cap and wheel hub bearing. I'm gonna put the shock absorbers together right now. Let's see. I'm also curious to learn about how this rotary engine is built up, because this is the first time I'm restoring an RX-7. Have never worked with a rotary engine yet. Oh, I forgot the steering rack. And the sway bar front link. And also this... no, I think I have the front sway bar. Yeah, I do. Good. And now the brakes and then the wheels, and then we're done with one side of the front suspension. And then we will just finish off the front suspension on the other side, and then we'll get to the engine, which is going to be the more interesting part on this car, I think. Oh, it does have an oil pan, it just, you know, it's just missing it. This one is. Rotary. Rotary A, okay, right. Pull out the engine. Oh. First gotta take off the gearbox. And then there's a starter for the V8, huh? Gearbox, we're gonna be putting in a custom gearbox. While we're here, let's buy this and this. Rotary A, there we go. Pull out. Okay, now what do we got? We have a throttle. But we don't have it here. Then there's the intake manifold. Intake manifold A, I guess. And then there's intake manifold B. Yep, but there's the fuel rail in the way. Okay, I see. I bet we won't have the intake manifold here either. Intake manifold A. No. Okay, but do we have the fuel rail? No. No, we don't. And then, what else were we looking at? The fuel rail. Exhaust manifold. I don't think we're gonna have that either on the tuning part shop. And then for V10, no. But what we do certainly have on the tuning shop is the gearbox parts. Thankfully, those are the same on every car. Do I have an oil filter for a rotary engine already? I think I may have. Yeah, I do. Certainly have the alternator in the tuning part shop. Need the crankshaft pulley. Need the power steering pump for a V6B. That's that. Do we have a rotor? No, of course we don't. So this thing does not get very much at all out of being tuned. Gonna need this as well. Arm B. Arm A, okay. There it is. This is a very complicated engine to work on. Crankshaft counterweight. The crankshaft itself, of course. Arm A, arm B. The sprocket, I think we already have that. Front side housing. Do we at least have the wires and the ignition coils? Well, we do have the spark plugs, of course, in the tuning shop. Ignition wires, yeah. Ignition coil, maybe. Yep, have that as well. At least we have that. Front side housing block. No, rear side housing block, okay. So we have two rotors, two rotor housings, an intermediate housing. So yeah, this isn't gonna make much more power than when it was stock. Sadly. Oh, so yeah, the crankshaft pulley V8. And the serpentine belts. Oh, another idler roller A, okay. And then that's that. Is that it? I think it is, pretty much. Well, not quite, of course. Clip B for the air filters, huh? On this one. Air filter cover, air filter base. All, of course, for the rotary. Air filter base, air filter cover. Please tell me that at least we have the air filter for it. Yeah, we do. Clip B. Do I have a new brake servo? I do. I don't have a new battery yet. Where's the... Does this car not have ABS? I guess it doesn't. Radiator A, radiator fan housing B, fan housing 1 and 2, and then also the battery. Does this really not have ABS? Guess it doesn't. I thought it did. Okay, and now we're done with the restoration of this RX-7 as well. It is now worth like 136 grand. So we are gonna make a lot of profit off of this as well. Let's just see if everything is there. Yep, not missing anything. This has 177,000 kilometers on it already, so won't really matter if we if we put like 1 or 2 more kilometers on it by driving it on a racetrack or something. Just sell everything. First I want to see how quick this thing is. Answer is probably not very, but I want to find out nonetheless. Not bad. Yeah, I mean, not crazy by any means, but especially 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, 3.9 seconds, that's quick. It's not bad. Racetrack. RX-7. That was... yeah, I mean, I'm really not used to the driving physics of this game. But yeah, this is not that bad. Whoa. What? Just normal braking and it starts rotating. I don't know. I did replace all 4 of its brake discs, calipers and pads. Yeah. Yeah. Everything is new and shiny. I guess it's time to sell this thing now. Let's see if we can find a Pagani. That's about as far from it as you can possibly get. This is sort of like an SLS-esque car. Or AMG GT rather. And we don't actually have a Pagani here. This is like a Golf. Emden Lots GT. Nah. I mean, I could buy this and tune it. Yeah, so 838,000 before we buy it. Okay. I'm gonna rebuild the same engine, so just gonna swap out whatever parts we can with tuned parts and then resell this thing. Also, I'm gonna replace the tires and rims. Front exhaust pipe V8, I think we do have that one. Yep, we do. And let's see. Catalytic converter, middle muffler, exhaust pipe, rear muffler V8. So all of this exhaust is going to, in fact, be replaced with tuned parts. So that alone is quite a bit of extra power. It's only on sports tires, it's gonna be on slicks. Okay, so this is gonna have an air filter of some kind. It's gonna have an alternator. It's gonna have camshaft. Gonna buy the gearbox parts in a second separately. It's definitely gonna have engine head. Exhaust manifolds. Fuel filter, fuel pump. Fuel rail DI. Oh wait, are there the... Does this one have the other ones, like these ones? I forgot. It's definitely got pistons with conrods. And a V8 power steering pump. Spark plugs. It's gonna have the throttle V8, probably. $255.30 R20. I'd kind of like to see EVs on it, or these ones that we just put on the RX-7. Gonna do it. No. Yeah, actually we can do that. No, I'm gonna separate the old ones first. Alrighty. Okay. Right, one more wheel left to balance. We're gonna level up again. In all likelihood, anyway. Add engine. Oh, it's got regular coils, ignition coils. Did I buy the gearbox parts yet? I don't think I did. Okay. Now get rid of these. Now we can remove the pistons, yeah. Okay, now let's start tuning. Or rather, rebuilding with tuned parts. Okay. But since this is a new car from the carousel and I'm not gonna test drive it afterwards... Oh. Wrong one. Okay. We're almost done, actually. The front with all these timing related things with the idler rollers and stuff like that, that always takes quite a while on these modern V8s. But once we're done with it, we'll be able to sell this car for a bunch of money. Alright, then that's that. Take engine from the crate. Put it back in. I don't know, I don't think I've bought a custom gearbox for this thing yet. No. V8. And oil pan. Good. Gearbox. Okay. Fill this up with oil. Let's check out the value of this thing now. 381,000. Let's actually see if this increases if, for example, we give this an 8-speed gearbox now. No, it didn't change the value. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna make how much profit off this? We were at like 834,000 before we bought this. Oh, we also got a barn location map. So 834. 941. Okay, nearly $110,000 of profit. We're almost a millionaire now. We're gonna be a millionaire by the end of the next stream, which is gonna be next Saturday at 8 p.m. Central European Time. I'm gonna end this for now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to follow me on Twitch if you haven't already. And as I said, I'll be streaming this game again next Saturday at 8 p.m. Central European Time. Hope you enjoyed. Until then, have a good one. See you next time. Bye-bye.